Hey everyone on Facebook and YouTube and all my friends and family. In this video I'm going to be sharing some of my thoughts about the Freddy Gray case and about that officer not being charged for murder in the case of Freddy Gray. Okay, I'm going to be reading some notes that I wrote for this video so that I don't forget anything and everything goes in the video. Okay. So this is the rioters' fault and the American people's fault. What did they think was going to happen when they started rioting in Baltimore? Obviously, it didn't get us justice. The only thing that changed was police policy. The rioters put a lot of pressure on the state's attorney's office and the district attorney's office. So that forced them to charge the police officers way too soon before a whole entire investigation could be done. People need to wake up. Rioting does not change, excuse me guys, does not change the justice system. You can't change the justice system with violence. When you do, these are the types of things that happen. Justice does not get served. This was all about politics and the state and district attorneys wanting to stop the riots in Baltimore. That was their only concern. Their concern was not placed on getting justice for Baltimore. Oh, and don't let me forget to mention that it was also about politics and looking good in the public's eyes. We get change by peacefully protesting and not voting in these crooked politicians. If Americans wouldn't vote, what would they do if nobody voted? That's another way we can get change and share our thoughts and feelings about the way America is being run. I refuse to vote for crooked people, and the majority of politicians, judges, and police are unfortunately crooked. When the American people have made what America is today, if we would stop the violence, stop killing our own people, stop being so resistant against the majority of police officers that are truly out to serve and protect us, as Donald Trump says, America would be great again. Now, those are some of the notes that I wrote, and there's a few more other thoughts that I want to share. Is when I say stop the violence, a lot of people are going to say, well, what the police did to Freddy Gray was police brutality. That was violence, and that's what we're standing against. Okay, I'm not saying just stand against the police brutality. Okay, that's not what I'm saying in that statement. What I'm saying in that statement, excuse me guys, what I'm saying in that statement is that we need to stop killing our own people. Okay, blacks need to stop killing blacks, whites need to stop killing whites, whites need to stop killing blacks, blacks need to stop killing whites, Mexicans, all races. We all need to stop killing each other. Stop the violence. Okay? When we have a disagreement or something isn't going right or we have arguments, instead of turning around and pulling out our guns and knives and stabbing and shooting each other, how about pulling together as one, okay, and trying to solve these concerns, okay? Instead of robbing banks and robbing stores and doing all these robberies and things, why don't we pull together as a country and help each other out, okay? If I have something and you don't have something, then I need to give what I might have, okay? Help each other out. Be there for one another. Kind of like the Pay It Forward movement, you know? And also, it's not just police brutality that we need to be fighting against. We need to be fighting against the violence amongst civilians also. But you don't see anything like that on the internet. You don't see that very well. You do see it, but you don't see it as often as you do with police brutality. Okay, whenever there's a police brutality case, it's all over the freaking internet. But you don't see it all over the internet when a black person is killing a white person because of race, or a white person is killing a black person because of race, or a Mexican person is killing this one because of race, or because of what they think about a certain minority. Okay, look at what happened in Orlando, okay? A lot of people got killed because of somebody's thought about gay people, because of their own opinions and their own judgments about gay people, okay? If we would stop the hatred, stop the discrimination and the racism is not just in the police department. The racism is all over America. The discrimination is all over America. And that's what we need to be fighting against. When we start fighting against those things, okay, the root of the problem, is racism, discrimination, and violence. Those are the roots of the problems, okay? So when we put our guns down, we put our knives down, and we start discussing things and start pulling together as a country, that's when America will be great again. That's when you won't see any more police brutality. That's when we won't be seeing as many arrests, okay? That's when we won't have to be dealing with this bull crap of police brutalizing people. Okay, that's when things will get fixed. That's when changes will be made. Okay, and I'm going to end this video with a saying from Donald Trump. If we do these things, then, as Donald Trump says, America would be great again. So, leave your comments below in my YouTube video. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. I'm very open to them. Just keep it clean, guys. Don't harass anybody. Just keep it to your own opinions, okay? And let's pull together as a country. Hey guys, I'm back again. I forgot to mention a few things in the beginning of the video. The other thing I need to mention is, you know, we're so quick to blame the government and police and city officials, and you know, we're so quick to place the blame about how America's run and about how the police brutalize people and this and that. We're so quick to place the blame on everybody else instead of placing the blame on ourselves. We're the ones that put those people into office. We're the ones that vote. We're the ones that decide to vote these people into office, okay? And here's the other thing that we need to think about. A lot of the racism and the discrimination and the prejudice that's going on in this country is not just the government's fault. It's our fault too. Okay? So, instead of placing the blame on everybody else and not on ourselves, instead of just placing the blame on the district attorney's office, how about placing the blame on ourselves a little bit? You know, if we would just pull together as a country, and instead of working against the government and working against the police officials and working against the judges, okay, instead of working against them, how about working with them, okay? Yes, a lot of people are going to say, why would you want to work with somebody that's crooked? Why would you want to work with someone with a police officer that's going to brutalize somebody? I'm talking about, why not work with the ones that are good? The ones that are out there to serve and protect us. The ones that are out there to defend the Constitution. Okay, how about working with them? The ones that are good cops and the ones that are truly out there to serve and protect us, we're even working against them. So when we start working against the police, of course that's going to give them racial thoughts against us and prejudice thoughts against us. And of course they're going to brutalize us because we're working against them. We're not working with them. When we see a murder, okay, when we see a murder, or our loved ones being murdered, or we see gang violence going on, or we see drugs coming into our community, instead of shutting our mouths and being quiet and not reporting it to police, oh, because I'm afraid there'll be retaliation. You know, I'll get shot or I'll get killed for this. Okay, but yet we're willing to take that risk of being shot and killed by police when we riot. When we riot in Baltimore, okay, we take that chance that we could be shot or beaten by police. We take the chance of being shot and beaten every time we go out there and we pick up a gun and we shoot at somebody because we have a disagreement with them. Okay? We take that chance of being shot and killed when we start being prejudiced or racist towards somebody, or sharing our own judgments and we start judging people. Okay? The other thing, too, is how we're going to make America great isn't just through politics, okay? The politicians, the president, the judges, the police, the district attorneys, all government officials can only do so much, okay? They can only do so much. Us American people have to do our part also, okay? Which means voting in the proper people, okay? Which means either that or not voting at all, because in my opinion, actually not voting at all, because in my opinion, the majority of people that we put in office are crooked or have stolen from us, okay? And so what about if we just don't vote? All Americans don't vote. What would they do then? How would they deal with their politics then? How would we get a new president? That would be sharing our feelings. Let's think about that for a minute. If nobody voted and the previous president, they had to force it where the previous president had to stay in office before a president would be voted in. What about the American people saying, we're not voting for a new president until the current president starts doing what we want? Starts changing policies against police brutality, starts changing policies against gun control, starts changing policies against violence, starts changing the laws against violence. Okay? More stricter sentences for people that create violent crimes. Okay? We're letting these people that are creating violent crimes back out into the streets every day. We're letting them back out into the streets to commit more violent crimes. And we're also not opening programs. We don't open programs for those people that are in jail that truly want to fix their lives and don't want to go back to their old way of life. They can't get a job nowhere. It's very hard for them to get a job. So what do? They go out and reoffend. Because they can't find a job, they can't find money, and they can't get back on their feet again. You know? And what about going out there and we see a homeless person, instead of judging them and saying, oh, they made a choice to be on the streets. Oh, they decided to do drugs or whatever. Okay, instead of judging them, why not, you see them hungry, or they come up to you and say they're hungry and you've got the money to take them into a restaurant and feed them. How about instead of judging them, take them into a restaurant and feed them? Or if you see a homeless person on the side of the road with no shoes, how about going over, putting gloves on and cleaning their feet and putting shoes on their feet and socks? Okay, how about things like that? When you see an elderly person having trouble crossing the street, how about helping her across the street? Little things. It doesn't even have to be financial. And when we all start doing those things, and we start working together instead of against each other, then America will be great again. Okay, I think that's all the thoughts I want to share on this case. And again, I want you to put your opinions and thoughts in the comments below. And I hope everyone has a good day.